Quick notice of this meeting was provided by virtue of a resolution scheduling the time, date, and place of the meeting of the Borough Council of the Borough of Morris Plains for the year 2024. This resolution was adopted by the Borough Council on January 4, 2024, and published in the Morris Newsby and the Daily Record, and by posting of such resolution on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall. All of the above actions being in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6 as set. Roll call, please.
Mayor Carr.
Present.
Ms. Berger.
Here.
Mr. Brown. Mr. Cortez.
Present.
Ms. Goddard.
Here.
Ms. Kelly.
Present.
Mr. Wagner.
Present. And just for the record, Art isn't feeling well tonight, so he's at home. If you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Almighty God, we ask you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that in fulfilling their public trust, every deliberation will result in actions that will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Morris Plains. Amen. Notice to members of the governing body and borough staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of borough business. Consent calendar. Nancy.
I move that Resolution 2024-182, entitled Resolution Authorizing a Shared Services Agreement with the Township of Denville for services for CDL training for all Borough of Morris Plains employees in need of such services. Resolution 2024-183, entitled First Limo Car Service LLC Limousine Owner License L019383 2025. Resolution 2024-184, entitled First Limo Car Service LLC Limousine Owner's License Number L029383 2025. Okay. Resolution 2024-185, entitled Salaries for Regular Full-Time and Part-Time Employees. Resolution 2024-186, entitled Police Department Salaries. Resolution 2024-187, entitled Department of Public Works Salaries. Resolution 2024-188, entitled Cancellation of Balances and Overpayments Less than $10. And Resolution 2024-189, entitled Borough of Morris Plains Resolution of Support to submit grant application to Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation to obtain a Lucas 3 automated compression device costing approximately $20,364. The following employees be granted permission to carry vacation time from 2024 to 2025, which shall be used by March 31st, 2025. Tracy Rooney, Finance Office, 14 hours.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dennis. Roll call, please.
Ms. Berger.
Yes.
Mr. Cortez.
Yes.
Ms. Goddard.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to invite any members of the public who wish to speak to come forward, state your name and address.
Hi, good evening. Hope everybody had a good holiday. I'm Rosemarie Doherty. I have laryngitis. I'm chairman of the Dysfunctional Shade Tree Commission, and we're here to defend ourselves. So Michael's going to read a statement if you don't mind.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for letting me speak to you tonight. My name is Michael Lombarti. I am on the Morris Plains Shade Tree Commission. This commission is a group of dedicated volunteers whose goal is to manage and preserve the borough's urban forest. Our main focus is ensuring that no net tree loss is ever occurring in the borough and continuously planting. We understand that at the prior council meeting on December 16th, there was some concerns from the council regarding how things are done through the shade tree. I feel extremely disappointed that we were not spoken to prior to this council meeting on the 16th so that we could have a healthy relationship and dialogue. My goal moving forward is for a lot more transparency. If there is an issue, please reach out to me. I'd love to sit down with whether it's you, Joan, as our council liaison, or anyone else from the council, to continue the partnership, strengthen the partnership, and make it better. We plan on coming back at a council meeting at the end of January to share how we do shade tree and everything we need to make changes to and move forward. That is my goal from this evening, just to keep everything working well and to continue a strong partnership. And we are volunteers, and we do whatever we can to continue to make this borough the best place it is to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for everything that the Shade Tree does do for everybody in the borough throughout the year. Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Just a couple things. Joe Bellomo, 34 Canfield Place. So I see Bill's not here tonight, which I think is the first time in like a year that he has been recording. Have you guys considered reaching out to WJSV to see if they would volunteer to record meetings?
I don't know if anybody on the council has or not. I don't know. The council hasn't taken that up yet, no.
Are you considering doing that as far as recording meetings?
It's a possibility in the new year. Somebody decides to bring that up.
Would you like to do that? Or?
I can say that I've proposed this in the past and I was not supported, so that's my experience.
Okay.
But
I think you have the
public
town
can do
support.
it. It's legal, so it can always happen.
Yeah.
From an official position, I didn't have support in this current governing body to do
Okay.
that.
Maybe next year, WJSV might be something free. The kids can come in. I'm sure it would be great for their scholarships or college applications. Next is the planning committee. Where are we in that process of new planning committee?
I laid out my committee appointments to the council last Thursday. They came back with some recommendations, and we'll see where that goes.
When does that happen?
That happens, the official will be out on reorg.
When's that?
January 7th?
7th on a Tuesday.
Okay. So it's been decided. It just needs to be announced, or?
Nothing's decided until it's voted on. So
Okay.
it'll be voted on. I give the council everything else 2 days before the reorg meeting, and then it'll get voted on whether they approve or not of the appointments.
But,
Not all appointments are council vote. Some of them are mayoral votes, so,
Okay.
or just a mayoral appointment rather.
So what I learned at this last application was I'm an old neighbor now. There's a lot of young, smart people, and I hope you take those people into consideration.
Okay. Thank you.
Last is friendlies. The garbage is overflowing again. The fence is still there. Not okay.
Where's the garbage overflowing? What do you-
Now it's on Speedwell.
So what are you talking about, the garbage?
That's blocking the driveway.
Okay,
There's a garbage can.
right,
That's what blocks the driveway.
okay. That's what
You
you
didn't know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't, you said the
Okay.
garbage is overflowing, but that's like a barricade. So I was just.
That's not a barricade. It's a garbage can. It acts as a barricade.
Right.
Maybe they could do better with barricade.
Okay.
So
I'll have my zoning officer reach out to them.
did they reach out last time?
I don't know whether he.
Who's the zoning?
Don Salerno.
Yeah, but who's the liaison to the zoning?
Who's the
Kathy.
ordinance?
I am.
Kathy did.
I did not say anything to him.
What?
I didn't.
What's that?
Well, part of the problem is he's only there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so maybe I forgot.
Okay, so you have this McDonald's coming in, okay? It's gonna be important for the zoning officer to have some power to get things cleaned. Do you feel that the zoning official has any power to
The zoning official does have power to
Okay.
take care of any of that.
You can do a summons, John.
what can I do?
You can do a summons and it's got to report.
I do the summons? or-
No, the zoning office has the power to do a summons.
Okay. So Nancy, I don't know if you remember, but 2 or 3 years ago, I reached out to you about the fence that is falling down at Duncan. That tree fell on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's still down. The back of that lot is full of potholes. Drive back there, please. If this is coming to town, we have to have power to make sure that all the things that you gave them are done.
Okay.
So, again, Friendly's needs to be cleaned up. I'd love for the Duncan fence to be cleaned up. The potholes, I don't know if that's within our
So
power.
he'll make a suggestion with the potholes. A lot of times that's just purely owner's responsibility, but I will make sure that he mentions that to him again. He mentioned the front parking lot a couple of years ago when they repaved that, but that was a little bit of a process. I think he was stuck on it all the time, so we will, I'll have him revisit the rear lot and the parking.
Okay. And I'll be back if it's not clean.
Okay.
I know you love to hear from me.
All the time, Joe.
Thank you, guys.
No
Merry
problem.
Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming out. Letting us know.
What goal does Don have in terms of making sure that the variances are done and that, I mean, you know.
So that's really not him, that's really the engineers and the attorneys that draw up this developer's agreement and the ordinance and the memorandum of agreement, and that has to be followed because it's strictly it's part of the application.
And then once that's complete,
So that-
it's then turned over to Don coming forward.
It could be a number, it could be Board of Health, it could be the engineer, it could be Don, it could be the police. A lot of people are involved with the enforcement, whatever is written down in the agreement. Anybody else? Seeing nobody, we'll move on to introduction of ordinances, which we have none of. Ordinances on second reading. Kathy?
Yes. Thank you, sir. I, Councilmember Kelly, read by title the ordinance entitled, Ordinance Number 9-2024, an ordinance to provide for the partial amendment, supplementation, and revision of Chapter 13 to Borough of Morris Plains Land Development Ordinance, to amend the zone for 300 Tabor Road, Block 101, period 01, Lot 2, 2.01, from the R2 Single Family Residential Zone to the C1 Highway Commercial District, which ordinance was introduced and passed on the first reading at a meeting held on December 5th, 2024. The mayor announced at the meeting, I'm sorry, Mayor.
I announce the meeting is open for a public hearing on the ordinance.
Mayor, before you take a vote on this, I just want to put on the record that the original ordinance that passed the first reading several weeks ago also indicated that in addition to Lot 2.01, the adjacent property was also being included now in the C1 zone. Subsequent to that adoption, Liz Lehaney advised that according to the borough's tax map, that particular piece of property is already in the C1 zone. Therefore, we don't need to include it. So that was a minor amendment on the second reading. It doesn't change the substance of this ordinance, however, because we're not putting a piece of property or amending a piece of property that's not already in the C1 zone. So what we're now doing is putting Lot 201 in the C1 zone, again, because that adjacent parcel of land is already in the C1. It doesn't need to be included in the ordinance itself.
Is there a motion on the?
Could I mention something about this? This is where the house is, right? Where you're gonna change it? Are there families living in that house?
There is a family that rents in that house, yeah.
Does the town do anything for them as far as, I mean, they're gonna be obviously kicked out of the house.
The town does not have any jurisdiction over
Okay.
those.
I think it's the right thing to do, just to put on record.
No, that's.
If there's anything we can do to help those families that might be needing help.
Yeah. Maybe the owner can take care of that. and
Yeah.
Help them out. Okay. Is there a second, close the public hearing?
Okay. I, Councilmember Kelly, state that the above ordinance as read by title on second reading at this meeting be adopted and finally passed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Sal. Roll call, please.
Ms. Virgo,
Yes.
Mr. Cortese,
Yes.
Ms. Goddard,
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
I declare the ordinance adopted and finally passed. Moving on, we have, I have two small things. I know we weren't doing reports, but the Jim Fear property, one Jim Fear is, they finally have their permits. Everything has been capped and disconnected over there, so hopefully in the next week or two, that we'll start seeing the demo of that old house coming down. And just the flood maps, Nancy and our engineer Bill went to a flood seminar update on the new flood maps. So the three of us will be working to get some sort of communications out to the public here after the first. So more on that to come. Moving on to vouchers, Mr. Wagner.
Checklist dated December 26, 2024, in the amount of $336,623.51.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kathy. Roll call, please.
Ms. Bergen?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
Ms. Stoddard?
Abstain.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Thank you.
We have no resolutions, no need for an executive session. We do have an adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Myself.
All in favor?
Aye.
I want to wish everybody a very happy New Year, a happy Hanukkah, and now a happy Kwanzaa. So it's a busy week. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you.
Nice day.
I just wanted to say thank you to Kathy Kelly and Dennis Wagner and Sylvester